Mr. Speaker. Sam Laycock. Sam Laycock. Now that's a name that most honourable members in this room before today won't have heard of. But it's my job to make sure that that 16-year-old's legacy doesn't end 4 years ago when he was swimming in the South Yorkshire Reservoir with his friends. It's a name that today, Sam, I want imprinted on everyone's brain and etched in everyone's heart. And I want to do that in the name of Sam, but for his father in particular, his mum, but his dad, who came yesterday, Simon, when I talked about my private member's bill on safety in water in particular. Now, I met Sam's dad for the first time a couple of summers ago, and he handed me a picture of Sam that day at Thorn Fire Station when many of the firefighters and service people were showing how to rescue someone safely from water. And Sam's dad does that week in, week out, tirelessly. And in his eyes yesterday, I could see the anguish still, because that will never go away, that call that he got, but the difference it makes to him to be able to go and educate people, educate children and their families about swimming safely in water, and also the dangers and risks of it, and what it can mean actually to learn about those dangers to protect lives in the future. Now, unfortunately, Sam, if you look back in 2023, there were another 236 or so Sams out there, 236 parents or friends or colleagues that got that same horrible knock at the door or that awful phone call. And 50% of drownings actually happen in the months of June, July and August. So half of all drownings happen in the next 3 months of this year. And of course it's hot. And this year in particular has been super, super hot leading up. So that prevailing weather is only a bigger risk in terms of those potential numbers that could join those other SAMs. And 5.8 million children finish their GCSEs today or tomorrow, as the Honourable Member opposite has recently said. And Sam died on the day that he finished his GCSEs and went swimming with his friends to celebrate. Now, of course, across the UK, we have some of the most beautiful water courses. We have 40,000 lakes, 43 miles of rivers. We've got 22 major rivers, 2,000 reservoirs, 273 major reservoirs and 600 designated beaches. Opportunities for any one of those children to go and swim and just try it maybe for the first time. And of course, I have to say that water can be good. There is a balance here. Water is good for physical health. It's great for mental health. And of course, it is the greatest source for our communities around tourism and sports and leisure, and 7.5 million people take part or have taken part in open water swimming. One of those is Lindsay James, who lives in my community and works across my community, and she has shown that actually through, she's a world duathlete, and she's actually learned to swim recently through her fear of water, and actually has shown how it can build your resilience and your confidence. But when you think about the amount of water that we've got, the most important thing, therefore, is education, because we can't protect all of those different sites that I've talked about. And that's why I'm so proud that this week my parliamentary bill had a reception, and that parliamentary bill has compulsory education as part of the legal duty on this government. And that will save lives. And the reason it will save lives is for every reason that we are here today. We came because our job is to enrich lives, it is to save lives, and it is to protect lives. And Sam Laycock's story doesn't need to end that day 4 years ago. His story needs to become a legacy, and he may not go on to fulfil all of those dreams that he had on that day that he finished his GCSEs, but his legacy can and will allow others to fulfil their dreams. Yeah.